FZ-07s or MT-07s. Same thing. What's up, everyone? It's Alex. So I've been asked a couple times what my overall opinion is on Yamaha's FZ-07/MT-07, depending on where you are. They give it different model codes, basically same motorcycle, okay? So I've ridden plenty of these. I had an FZ-09, which is its big brother. Here's the skinny on this motorcycle. So this motorcycle has basically entered that same space and sweet spot that the amazing and venerable Suzuki SV650 has lived in for so long. Being that it's a sport motorcycle with good enough handling and enough motor and a good enough transmission characteristic to be lots of fun and to keep a good experienced rider happy basically forever. But it's also small enough and tame enough and has an easy enough learning curve where people can actually kind of get started on it as a first or second bike if they've got a pretty good head on their shoulders. Like first bike, I usually recommend a 250 or 300, but if you got a good head on your shoulders, you can start on like a Suzuki SV650 or a Ninja 650 or an FZ-07 because, and here's why, it's a twin cylinder motor instead of a 4-cylinder motor. Big difference in power characteristic between like a 600-ish 4-cylinder motor and a 600-ish twin cylinder motor, okay? They don't rev nearly as fast. Things don't happen nearly as quick or nearly as violently if you make a mistake. So can you still make a mistake? Absolutely, but it doesn't punish you quite so bad for it. So it is an acceptable early motorcycle. I usually say 250 or 300 for the first bike, but if you're a little bit bigger person or if you just want a little bit more bike for whatever reason, you can start on one of these or like an SV650 just fine. So danger zone! So what you got with these is you've got a 700 class twin cylinder. It's actually a little bit less than 700 cc's. Cross-plane motor, which has to do with the way that the firing order is on the crankshaft. That's way too technical for this video. Not going to get into it, but it's really cool technology. Depending on which ones you get, sometimes you get ABS, sometimes you don't. One quick thing to note is they are extremely inexpensive. They're very inexpensive brand new, and if you're lucky enough to find a used one, they're very inexpensive used, which is another reason I say they occupy that awesome sweet spot as an SV650, because for years and years and years and years, SV650s were your best choice, and to some degree Ninja 650s once they came out, but the SVs were around for a long time, for a lot longer, like before that. But for a long time, the SV650 was like your best choice if you wanted a really good, well-rounded sport bike that wasn't full-on super crazy 150 miles an hour super sport, but had enough power and was enough fun to go sport riding with. It was also good for commuting, that was decent on gas, that was easy, that the parts were cheap and the bike was cheap. SV650s were like the freaking choice for that for the longest time, okay? And then finally, Yamaha's done something kind of like that. It is a full-on naked bike. It is a street fighter kind of deal, which some people love, some people don't. I personally love it, but guys and gals that are in a full-on, fully fared super sports, this is not going to exactly be the one for you. But if you're in the naked bikes or you can deal with a naked bike look, if you love it, you don't love it, whatever. If you can deal with a naked bike look, these things are awesome, okay? Highly recommend it for a really good second bike for somebody, or if you've already got a huge motorcycle and you want a little bit smaller motorcycle for bombing back roads and bombing around town and doing whatever you want to do, awesome choice. If you've ridden SV650s in the past and love them, but you just want something new and a little bit different, awesome bike for that. Danger zone! Quick side note, it's the same frame and motor setup that they used on this XSR 700 that I did kind of a showcase on recently. As soon as the weather is okay, I'm still going to take this out and do an actual like ride review for you guys. So I haven't forgot about it. I'm going to do it. It's going to happen, okay? Back to FZ-07. So, overall opinion, after riding this motorcycle, selling a bunch of them, having customers come back and give me their feedback on it, the whole 9 yards, okay? After being out for a couple of years now, these things are flat out incredible. They have entered into, and I think are now dominating that middle ground space that the SV650 used to be the king of, okay? SV650, still awesome choice if you can find a good one cheap used. Ninja 650, also a good choice in that kind of a category if you find a good one used. But FZ-07, 700-ish cc, a little bit less than 700 cc class, parallel twin cylinder, very good characteristics, very linear power curve to it, okay? Handles awesome, nice and light, fairly low seat height, looks good. It's a Yamaha, so probably will run for damn well ever. Plenty of power and handling to keep an experienced motorcycle rider happy who wants to go have a lot of fun, but easy enough learning curve where someone with a good head on their shoulders could have this as a first bike. Definitely a great second bike, okay? And they're inexpensive. I can't say enough good things about these bikes. These things are freaking awesome. Hashtag not sponsored at all. Yamaha's not paying me a damn thing to say this. Feel like they probably should, but you guys asked for my opinion. That's my opinion. These things are an incredible choice if you can pick one up and you can afford it, okay? Take it easy.
Yo, Skrill, drop it hard.